Hello students, let us learn something about Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority and Act. Objective of this lesson is to enlighten the students about the regulatory mechanisms of the insurance business in India, establishment of Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority to regulate the insurance business, explain the students about the composition, powers and functions of the authority. Regulation of insurance business. The insurance law has an inbuilt regulatory system to control the insurance business. The Insurance Act 1938 has provided for the position of control of insurances to regulate the insurance business. The nationalization of life insurance business in 1956 and the general insurance business in 1972 has made radical changes in the regulations of insurance business in India. The controller of insurance business was the competent authority to supervise the operation of the insurance business, and advisory committee was coordinating agency between the central government and the insurers. The two committees were formed as part of the regulatory system. The controller of insurance was initially attached to the Ministry of Commerce of the central government, but in 1996 it was transferred to the Ministry of Finance. In 1993, a committee on reforms in the insurance sector was appointed to review the present insurance system in general and regulatory system in specific, and also to recommend for appointing an exclusive authority to regulate the business. The committee under the chairmanship of R.N. Malhotra had recommended for a strong autonomous body on the lines of SEBI with sufficient powers of control. The central government in 1996, to avoid delay and pending passing of a bill in Parliament, formed the Interim Insurance Regulatory Authority to undertake the control system on temporary basis till the legislative body is formed. The Parliament had enacted a separate legislation, the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority Act 1999, with an objective of establishing a strong centralized regulatory body, the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority. This act has delegated the powers to make the regulations required to regulate the business. The authority has made the regulations in 2000 onwards for the first time and later on to regulate the business. The regulations of the insurance business are made with the objective to create the public confidence in the insurance business for a long-term stability of the business, to protect the insurance business policyholders and customers, to regularize the channels of funds and investments of funds of insurance companies, to have the transparency of insurance business and design the innovative insurance products, to regularize the low cost long-term funds for the economic growth of the country, to help the insurer and insured and save from the frauds. With the above advantages, the regulation and control of the insurance business is made by enacting the legislation. The Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority Act 1999. The objective of Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority Act 1999, as stated in its preamble, is establish an authority to protect the interests of the holders of insurance policies, regulate, promote and ensure orderly growth of the insurance industry and matters concerned therewith or incidental thereto, amend the Insurance Act 1938, the Life Insurance Act 1956, the General Insurance Business Nations Act 1972. Establishment of regulatory authority. The Section 3 of IRDA Act 1999 provides for establishment of an exclusive and independent authority known as the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India. The authority is a body corporate with a perpetual succession and common seal. It has the powers to acquire, hold, and dispose the property in its name. Composition of the authority. The authority consists of chairperson, not more than 5 whole-time members, and not more than 4 part-time members. All the members are appointed by the central government by a notification. The chairperson and members are appointed from the persons of ability, integrity, having the standing experience or the knowledge in life or general insurance, actuarial science, finance, economics, law, accountancy, administration, or any other discipline which is useful for the business. And preferably, the chairperson and any one of the whole-time members should be experienced and have adequate knowledge in the life or general insurance or actuarial science. The term of the office of the chairperson and members is 5 years. The chairperson will be in the office till he attains the age of 65 years, and other members will be in the office till they attain age of 62 years. The chairperson or the member can relinquish the office by giving a notice of 3 months to the central government. The central government can remove the chairperson or the members for the reasons of insolvency, physical or mental incapability of performing the duties, conviction for the moral turpitude, financial or other interest in the insurance business, or continuing the member or the chairperson is detrimental to the interests of the insurance or public or the policyholder. The central government, before removing a person from the office, has to give an opportunity to the member to explain the reasons, and after hearing him, if not satisfied, can remove a member from service, giving a cause of removal. Any defect found in the process of appointment of any irregularity or procedure of appointment of members cannot vitiate the appointment of the member. The existence of vacancy in the body of the authority does not affect the proceedings of the meetings of the authority. The chairpersons or the members should not take any employment at least for a period of 2 years after they leave their positions. Under special circumstances, they can hold any office with the previous approval of the central government. The members, officers, employees, and the chairperson of the authority are the public servants, and they are immune for the actions they take with a good faith and without any malified intentions. Meetings of the authority. The authority shall meet on regular intervals to discuss various issues stated in the agenda and decide by a majority of the members present in the meeting. The chairperson of the authority shall preside over the meeting. The authority shall frame the procedures, manner, and other rules for conducting the meetings. The authority shall frame guidelines relating to the agenda of the meeting, notice to the members, and quorum of the meeting, and business to be included in the meetings. Duties, powers, and functions of the authority. The important duty of the authority is to regulate, promote, and ensure orderly growth of the insurance business and reinsurance business. The authority has to maintain proper accounts and other relevant records, prepare annual statements of accounts in such form as may be prescribed by the central government in consultation with the Controller and Auditor General of India. The authority will arrange the audit of the accounts and rectify any defects pointed out by the audit. The authority will submit the audited balance sheet and other financial statements within 9 months from the completion of financial year to the central government, and the government will lay the reports before the parliament. It is under a duty to submit the reports on existing program of insurance business for the promotion of the development of the insurance industry. It has the duty to protect the interests of the policyholders in matters concerning to assignment of policies, nomination of the policies, settlement of insurance claims, surrender value of the policies, and other terms and conditions of contract of insurance. Powers and functions of the authority. The IRDA Act 1999 has many powers and functions, such as the authority has the general supervisory power of insurance industry, and it has the administrative powers. It has the powers to appoint the staff and officers required to conduct the business of the authority smoothly. It has the power to constitute committees of the members and delegate the powers to undertake certain exclusive functions. It has the power to issue a certificate of registration of insurance company, renew, modify, withdraw, suspend or cancel such registrations. It prepares a code of conduct to the agents, corporate agents, brokers, consultants, surveyors and loss assessors, or to the intermediaries who take part in the development of insurance business and the settlement of claims. Promoting and regulating professional organization connected with the insurance and reinsurance business. Promoting efficiency in the insurance business. It may levy fees, penalties, and other charges for carrying out the business under the Act. It can call for information, undertake inspection, conduct inquiries and investigations, including audit of the insurers, intermediaries, and other organizations concerned with the insurance business. It has the power to regulate the investment of funds by insurance companies. It regulates the solvency margins. It has the grievance settlement mechanism in the settlement of dispute between the insurers, intermediaries of the insurers. It fixes the targets to be achieved in the field of rural and social sectors by the insurers. It has the powers to make regulations with the consultancy of the Insurance Advisory Committee in the field of finalizing the service conditions of the members and staff of the Advisory Committee. Finance, accounts and audit. Various sources of finance of the authority include grants received from the central governments, fee and charges received from the insurers, percentage of prescribed premium income paid for the renewal of the insurance licenses, penalties received from the insurers and other related persons for non-compliance of instructions or defaults. All the funds received shall be credited to the specially constituted fund known as the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority Fund. The authority shall maintain the records of the accounts properly and in accordance with the regulations made for that particular purpose, and prepare financial statements for every year. All the accounts will be audited by the Controller and Auditor General of India. The Controller and Auditor General or by a person or agency appointed or authorized by it shall conduct the audit of all the expenditure and income of the authority. During the audit, the auditing agency may demand all the information, books and records, concerned vouchers with reference to the accounts, the copies of financial statements duly certified by the Controller and Auditor General of India or its agencies which has audited the statement shall be submitted to the central government, which in turn place the same before the Parliament. Powers of the central government. The central government is having the powers to advise and seek the advice from the authority on framing the policy of the insurance. The central government can supersede the authority by giving a notice with reasons and undertake the administration of insurance business for a period not exceeding 6 months. The central government shall prepare a report on the reasons which led to take over the insurance business and functions of the authority. Actions taken by it to reconstitute the authority in the interest of the insurance business in India. The central government has the powers to make rules to fix the remuneration and service conditions of the staff, officers, members of the authority, to fix the allowances payable to part-time members of the authority, to prepare a form of annual statement of accounts to be prepared by the authority, form and manner of submission of returns and statements and particulars are to be furnished to the central government. Any matter which is required for the Insurance Advisory Committee. The Insurance Advisory Committee. The authority is having the power under section 25 of the Act to appoint a committee to provide the advice to the authority, and the committee is called the Insurance Advisory Committee. The committee is established by a notification of the authority. The committee contains not more than 25 members, excluding the ex officio members to represent the interests of commerce, industry, transport, agriculture, consumers, surveyors, agents, intermediaries, organizations engaged in safety and loss prevention, research bodies, and employees association of the insurance sector. The chairperson and members of the authority are the ex officio members of the Insurance Advisory Committee. The object of Insurance Advisory Committee is to advise the authority on matters relating to the making of the regulations in relation to the service conditions of the staff, conducting the transaction of the meetings, and deciding the powers to be delegated to advised authority on other matters required by the authority. The regulatory authority is under a duty to submit and place before the Parliament. The provisions of other insurance laws are also applicable to the authority, which are not in contradiction with the policy or public interest. Insurance regulations. Section 114A of the Insurance Act 1938 and Section 26 of the IRDA Act 1999 empowers the authority to frame regulations without prejudice to the provisions of the Insurance Act 1938 on the matters relating to the insurance business, register of insurance companies, marketing of insurance business, preparation of the reports of financial transactions, maintenance of records, capital, shares, premium payments, settlement of claims. All the regulations made by the IRDA has to be placed before the Parliament. Important regulations. Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority, Licensing of Insurance Agents, Regulation 2000. These regulations define the qualifications and procedure for the appointment of agents. It provides the qualifications required, training required, and payment of fee required for issuing a license for the agent. The regulations contain the different types of formats such as application for license, license format to be issued to the agent, identity cards, the individual corporate agents. The regulations are amended from time to time. Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority, Appointment of Agents Regulations 2016. These regulations lay down the eligibility process of appointment of insurance agents. Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority, Assets, Liability and Solvency Margins of Life Insurers, Regulations 2016. It is mandatory to prepare the statement of assets and liability of the life insurance business for the insurers as per the guidelines provided by the regulations notified by the authority. The assets of the insurer includes the furniture and fixtures, dead stocks and stationery, advances of unrealizable character, reinsurance balances outstanding for more than 3 months, preliminary expenses in the formation of the company, outstanding premium in India, computers, equipments and others which are of asset nature. Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority, General Insurance Reinsurance Regulation 2000 and Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority, Life Insurance Regulation 2000. These regulations provide the procedure for starting the reinsurance business in the life insurance and general insurance sector. These regulations supplement the provisions of reinsurance available in the Insurance Act 1938. Every reinsurer shall make outstanding claims provisions for every reinsurance arrangement accepted on the basis of loss information advices received from the brokers, where such advices are not received on a actuarial estimation basis. Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority, Registration of Indian Insurance Companies, Regulation 2000 and 2015. These regulations provide procedure for applying for registration of insurance of license in Indian insurance company. The schedule annexed to the regulations contains the forms used for applying for the registration of the insurer. The regulations are amended in 2015. Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority, Insurance Advertisement and Disclosure Regulations 2000 amended in 2015. These regulations define the meaning of the advertisements and contents constitutes of the advertisements. The procedures laid down for the issuing of the advertisements and disclosing the facts of the insurers, products of the insurer, advertisement by the agents and intermediaries. The advertisement should state the correct meaning and thought to be conveyed to the customer. These regulations are amended in the year 2015. Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority, Obligation of Insurers to the Rural and Social Sector Regulations 2000 and 2015. These regulations define social sector as social sector includes unorganized sector, informal sector, economically vulnerable or backward classes and other category of persons both in rural and urban areas. And the unorganized sector includes self-employed workers such as agriculture laborers, BD workers, brick tailoring workers, carpenters, cobblers, construction workers, fishermen, hamalis and many other including the handicapped, self-employed, rickshaw pullers. The regulations also define economically vulnerable or backward classes as persons who live below poverty line. These regulations are amended in the year 2015. The Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority, Investment Regulations 2000 and 2015. These regulations are made as per the provisions of Section 27 of the Insurance Act. Each of the insurance carrying on the business of life insurance and general insurance are to make investments as per the Section 27 and 27A of the Insurance Act 1938 and also in the securities mentioned by the authority in the schedules annexed to the regulations. These regulations are amended in 2015. IRDA Insurance Brokers Regulations 2014. These regulations contain the provisions relating to the appointment of brokers, insurance business to be undertaken by them, rights and obligations of the insurance brokers. IRDA Micro Insurance Regulations 2015. These regulations contain the provisions relating to the micro insurance business, which is offered and sold to the micro business holders either in the rural or semi-urban locations. IRDA Third Party Administrators Health Service Regulation 2016. These regulations contain the provisions relating to appointment of third party administrators, cashless insurance claims and settlement of insurance claims, rights and obligations of third party administrators. IRDA has made few other regulations relating to the insurance business transactions. Students, I hope you have understood the constitution of the IRDA, the powers of the IRDA and its role in the insurance business.